Hi, my name is Miz Chaos. I'm a burlesque performer, MC, producer, I guess, here in Portland, Oregon. Help put on a monthly variety show called Circus Church every fourth Sunday at the Funhouse Lounge, and then also just started a bi-monthly show called the Newark Showcase every first weekend of the month at Funhouse Lounge as well. And Circus Church, it has like burlesque, circus acts, singing, drag acts, a little bit of everything. We call it like the all-inclusive, body positive, something for everyone show, which is pretty fun. We like to be very welcoming for all kinds of people. Been doing that for about 2 years. July will be 2 years of doing Circus Church. It used to be a weekly, but now it's a monthly, so it's fun kind of celebrating that as a monthly. So it started off as Circus Church when it used to be a brunch show. It was a weekly brunch show, Sundays at the Analog Cafe. And my roommate, before we had a name for it, it was in the first week or two of, this is our new show, what do we call it? And she walked in the room and she was like, oh, so you're a Circus Church? And we're like, that's perfect. A Sunday brunch show. And I don't know, it's kind of fun to poke fun at situations or people that maybe take themselves too seriously, like maybe some church or religious affiliations. And I'm not really religious at all. So to some people, maybe it's a little offensive or maybe a little too much. But we're very like lighthearted, fun people, and just trying to bring some fun to it. With Circus Church, we always put up a giant cross in the background. And like I said, it's on Sundays. We sometimes bring fun themes into it. We just had the Easter show where I dressed as the Easter Bunny and my co-host was Jesus. We did like a fake communion. We always do confessions in the show too, where audience members can tell us their sins or awkward situations they've been in, something they want to confess to a crowd of people. That's always kind of a fun little game we play. And it is extra little funny to me because I grew up religious. And I grew up Lutheran, and I went to a Lutheran college with like a grandpa that was a pastor. None of this is like really important in my life now, but it's just like an extra little funny bit that is my background. And obviously my parents and family aren't entirely in agreement with some of the things I choose to do, like burlesque. But, you know, like I said, we just like to be playful and lighthearted. And I think people are generally pretty into the idea of playing along and kind of, you know, lightly poking fun at like the church theme of things. So my story, how I got into burlesque, I feel isn't super grand or at this point this one thing happened and I was magically an amazing performer or anything. I guess I was always an artist or a creative person in ways. I used to be like a painter and drew a lot and went to school for visual arts, but I used to be way more shy and I was always more the backstage person and always more of an introvert, which people may find funny now because I don't shut up sometimes. So about 3 years ago, I left Portland and I went and moved to Southeast Asia to take up a job there. I managed an elephant sanctuary, which is kind of random. And I came back from that and I think I just wanted to find like new hobbies or make some new friends and try something a little different. And before Asia, I lived with this performer who was a burlesque gal. We didn't really hang out that much, but I just thought she was really cool. And she inspired me when I got back to take burlesque classes. And I did that. I did the Rose City School of Burlesque, which I didn't really know like where I would go, if I would keep performing, if I'd keep trying after that. 4 months after I graduated, I found this weird Monday kind of gothic alternative variety show called Gothic Blend. It was kind of anyone could join the show, anyone could do an act. If you had something to bring to the stage, they're very welcoming to that. So I just started signing myself up for that show all the time. And, you know, you'll learn as you go and you improve the more you do it. So I guess that was kind of the start of performing for me. And how I come up with acts now, I think I'm inspired in different ways. Like sometimes I'll be out and about or driving in someone's car and they'll play a song and I'm like, that's perfect. I'm going to do that. Maybe a half a year ago, I was taking a dance class and one of the warm-up songs, I'm like, this is perfect. I'm going to use that as an act. Or I'll just be stuck on something and be like, one day I'm going to, like, I just have this huge boa over here. So I'm like, I want to act with this over-the-top boa. So sometimes it's maybe a costume piece or a song or something I just want to incorporate an act, and then I kind of go from there. Maybe I think my next act or one of my next two is going to be kind of this like goth, like purple and black character, this like dark haunting song about insomnia. So it's fun. I like to play different characters, whether that's like clowns or drag kings, or I can sort of be classic-ish sometimes. But I like going out of the box and doing something a little different or being a little unpredictable. I feel I'm kind of like not like a one-faceted person. I'm interested in many things. So it's fun bringing those different characters to the stage and having a chance to make those costumes alive or make those acts come to life for the audience. At Circus Church this last time, I did this Macklemore song, The Same Love, where I started as kind of like a drag queen and I got basically naked and put on some like female clothes. It was kind of this like love relationship with a friend of mine and kind of fighting with like identity and against the church and against society telling you what you can be or what's acceptable. And I originally made that for a queer show in Eugene, maybe a month ago. So I guess that can be another thing too. If there's a show I really want to get into and they have a very certain theme, I'll try and come up with something that'll match that too. Like, oh yeah, that's a good excuse to be this character, to get this costume and to get that rolling for people. Well, next month I'm going to be performing in the Denver Queer Burlesque Festival as David Bowie Jareth. I think that would be fun to see all these like gender bendy and amazing queer acts in that. And then around that time too, I'm going to Boise and Olympia for some shows too. I just think it'd be great to be able to travel more, to get into more burlesque festivals, maybe like across the country or potentially international one day, and just be inspired by people everywhere and see different people's performances and art and what the scene is like in different areas of the country and everything like that. I always just think it's about improving and creating and just kind of seeing as you grow and as you learn where it can all take you. I've definitely grown since about like the 2.5 years ago when I started with it. So yeah, I just think it'd be fun to be able to travel more, be able to inspire people in other places more. And I don't know, see where Circus Church goes and maybe we can take that on the road someday. If you want to learn more about Circus Church, which is our monthly variety show, you can go to facebook.com/circuschurchpdx. Or if you want to see what I'm up to with videos, photos, fun things like that, you can go facebook.com/Miz Chaos, and you can find me there.
Cutting loose.